saving the last one. You got a seat? No, but this other photographer I've been meaning to get in touch with this one. I was like, why? How's that?
Good morning, and you may be seated. We'd like to start this ceremony with a moment of centering prayer, so if you would please bow your heads and pray with me. Most holy God, creator of the beauty that surrounds us and the love that binds us as a community, we ask you to be present with us this morning. We pray that those who are making a transition from adolescence to young adulthood here today may walk their divergent paths with a balance of humility and pride. May they face the future with courage, imagination, intelligence, and love. May they overcome their weaknesses and fully utilize their strengths to serve your will in the world. And we ask that they not forget this beloved place and those of us who send them on their way. Be with the Blair Academy class of 2014 as they graduate from Blair today and commence new adventures tomorrow. May what we do now in this ceremony be both genuine and beautiful through the power of your Spirit. Amen.
Good morning. Never in my life have I wanted to have an in-house meteorologist more than this morning. Welcome. Welcome all to the 166th Commencement Exercises at Blair Academy. I am so happy to welcome the class of 2014, your families, friends, faculty, staff, classmates, to this joyous occasion and this pivotal moment of passage in your lives. Despite our best efforts, Reverend Crowner's prayers, and my request to Dr. Sayers for a science-based intervention, yes, we had some rain and thunderstorms this morning. We're hoping that we do not see a repeat throughout the ceremony today. If there are thunderstorms that do crop up, we will pause the ceremony and move indoors, but that will not happen. And if there's a bit of rain, I know this is a hardy group. This is Blair. So we will persevere. Before we proceed, I address all who have worked, sacrificed, worried, rejoiced, and everything in between to help each of you arrive at this day. We thank you. Our graduates thank you. This day and your achievements have truly been the work of a village that extends far beyond this hilltop. And let us take this moment to offer our appreciation and recognition of all who have made this moment for you possible. I would also like to take a moment to recognize those on this stage: Assistant Heads of School Ryan Pagato and Rachel Stone, Dean of Academics Selden Bacon, our chaplain Reverend Cindy Crowner, and in our audience today several members of the Blair Board of Trustees: Doug Kimmelman, Emmanuel Bello, Hobie Van Duzen, David Harvey, Rob Siggety. I believe that's all who are here. Am I missing someone? Richard Graber, who has arrived. Class of 2014, as you walked through the arch today, in keeping with an age-old Blair tradition, you may not have felt it, but the world changed. Your world and our world. You have taken a step into a new part of your lives, the end of your tenure as Blair students and the beginning of many new roles and opportunities, including becoming what I expect to be very active alums at Blair. Now, to begin our ceremony and to further welcome you with their reflections on their experiences at Blair, I turn to two of our student leaders, members of the Senior Class Council, who have proudly and diligently served their class and the Blair community this year, Cheryl Lima and Esther Bay.
Welcome parents, relatives, teachers, trustees, and students to Blair Academy's 166th commencement ceremony. On behalf of the class of 2014, I want to thank each and every one of you for not only just showing up, but being here to witness the final page of our high school memoir being written. A week ago from today, Batuli Kamara, a junior and fellow friend, gave the annual gratitude chapel that gave members of the community a chance to say thank you to each other. My advisor once told me, the best way to say goodbye is by saying thank you. So I thought, what better way to deliver this speech than by working off of last week's chapel and extending the class of 2014's gratitude onto those in attendance today. Parents and guardians, thank you for allowing us to venture out onto the old hilltop. Your support over these years has been deeply appreciated, although there have been times where it may have not seemed like it. You have given us hope when we thought less of ourselves, and we thank you for that. You gave us hope when it was us that didn't win that one game, or bombed that test we thought we 4-5, or even getting our hearts ripped out from our crush's rejection. Whatever it was, you were the ones that stayed by our sides, and we are eternally grateful. You're all the real MVPs. Teachers, you have all helped us shape into the strong individuals we are today. The greatest thing about Blair is that a teacher can serve as more than an educator, but can function as coaches, advisors, monitors, mentors, and friends. Throughout the ride, you've laughed with us, some even cried, or gave us that extra push when we were slacking off. Although many of you were busy with your families, you took the time out to help us when we needed it the most. To college, we take with us things you've taught us inside and outside of the classroom. Friends of the class of 2014, we may be eager to take that next step to college, but let us not forget the memories and the connections we've made with people along this journey. Let us not forget this institution either, because Blair is not a right, it's a privilege. And we are all very fortunate to be standing at the finish line today. Again, thank you families, faculty, and staff, and welcome.
Welcome, families, friends, and members of the Blair community. And welcome, class of 2014, to our graduation. Right now, at this moment, I'm sure a wide variety of thoughts are rushing through our heads. I know some of you are watching the clock by the minute, ready to seize the diploma and say your final goodbye to high school. Some of you, with tears welling up in your eyes, might be wishing that graduation could last forever, so that we never have to leave. And many of you might be feeling in between and bittersweet. To those of you who are eagerly waiting for me to finish speaking, I want you to pause. Pause and think about who you were then at the start of your Blair career and who you are now. Every relationship, every experience, both good and bad, and every leap of faith we took helped us mature into the people we are today. And therefore, Blair will leave an indelible mark on our lives. To those of you who never want to leave, cut out the tears and breathe, and know that you carry Blair with you. Yes, our formal years at the academy may be over after the ceremony, but remember that each one of us is the piece of Blair that makes Blair the home we cherish. And finally, to the many of you who are in between, to those of you who cherish the comfort and security of the Blair bubble, and hence afraid to move on to the real world, trust in Blair. Trust the growth you've experienced, and know that Blair has prepared you well. At this moment, regardless of how you feel, remember that we are the class of 2014, a class that defies customary labels, where each one of us is a strong individual with a distinct personality. Despite our different feelings and personalities, remember that we unite at this moment, our graduation, that marks one of the momentous transitions in life. And so, let us begin. To all of those gathered with us to celebrate with us today, welcome to our graduation. Thank you.
Cheryl and Esther. Each year we present 4 awards to the faculty at these commencement exercises: the APGAR Teaching Award, the Reether Residential Life Award, the Bogle Teaching Award, and the Ted Lowe Grant. First, the APGAR Teaching Award. This award is given by Mr. and Mrs. Malin Apgar to honor excellence in teaching among the younger faculty ranks. A graduate of Blair, Dartmouth, and Oxford University, Sandy Apgar has endowed this award at all 3 schools because he believes that promoting excellence in classroom teaching is the greatest gift a school can receive. Moreover, he understands that at Blair, we can hardly confine the excellence of our young faculty to the classroom, for they are actively engaged in teaching all over the campus throughout the day. New faculty climb a steep learning curve each August as they step into myriad roles. Now imagine joining this community as a new teacher in November. Luckily for us, when this year's recipient arrived in the fall of 2009, he hit the ground running and has sustained an impressive pace since. Despite his youth, this colleague is a Renaissance man of sorts, a college athlete well-versed in technical theater, a successful house parent of Davies and then Freeman, a music and science enthusiast. His department chair notes, Mike has an astounding ability to fit explanations to the capacity of his audience on almost any subject of physical science. This, combined with his good humor, calm manner, and clear fire for physics and astronomy, has always made him an excellent teacher and mentor. Well said, Doc Sayers. I am very pleased to present the 2014 APGAR Teaching Award to Michael Ryerson. Mr. Mazza, Dean of Students.
The Reether family annually recognizes a faculty member who has made significant contributions to residential life in the role of housemaster or dormitory faculty member. As a boarding school, Blair believes that equal to classroom and extracurricular education is the learning that occurs in the halls and dormitories of the school. The men and women who live in our dormitories teach and model the importance of values, responsibility, and respect. Since joining the faculty 4 years ago, this recipient has been dedicated to making life in Blair dorms comfortable, safe, and happy for students. Starting out in a small Annie apartment with his wife and daughter, he proved to be an invaluable assistant and quickly became someone the girls could trust and confide in. After 1 year, we knew he should have his own dorm and moved him into South Cottage. Along with his wife Ying, daughter Mary Claire, and son Finn, the Devaney's not only call South Cottage their home, but the home for 14 girls. Tim and his family work tirelessly to ensure a positive, fun environment for all the young ladies while holding them to the highest Blair standards. Whenever Tim sees a problem, he immediately comes into the student life office and talks through solutions with all of us. If you are lucky, you may stop on a night where either Tim or Ying are serving one of their many culinary specialties. We all talk about the delectable treats and wish we were there on the nights that they were served. Tim is truly dedicated to residential life at Blair and especially focused not only calling South Cottage a dorm, but a home for all. It is with great honor and respect that I present the Reether Residential Life Award to Mr. Tim Devaney with appreciation for all he does for Blair students. Mr. Fortunato.
The John C. and Eve S. Bogle Teaching Prize. Originally given to the school as a teaching chair to be presented each year to that senior faculty member who reflects the fundamental commitment to excellence in classroom teaching, the Bogle Chair became the Bogle Prize in 1996 when the Mason Chair was given in Mr. Bogle's honor. The Bogle Prize celebrates those career educators whose devotion to teaching inspires young people, as it is stated in the school motto, "Come, study, learn." There is no question that this year's recipient embodies both the spirit and substance of this award. The moment you step into her classroom, the energy is palpable and the feedback ongoing. She skillfully weaves together support and a high bar, encouragement and challenge. Students are asked to think independently, stretch, create, fail, and get back on that wheel and try again. Even when the work is hard and frustrating, Mrs. Sykes' students admit to loving her classes and wanting to reach because, as you know, her passion and enthusiasm are infectious. How can you resist trying, learning, and mastering something new when Mrs. Sykes is in your corner? I am very pleased to present the 2014 Bogle Teaching Prize to Catherine Sykes. And now Mr. Fortunato.
It is now my pleasure to present the Lillian and Samuel Tedlow Faculty Enrichment Fund Award. The Tedlow Award is the oldest faculty award, and the fund was originally given for faculty members to travel and pursue additional activities, which will be of help to them and most specifically to the students they teach, advise, and with whom they come into daily contact. Lillian and Samuel Tedlow, parents of Richard, class of '65, established this fund back in 1972, and the award is no longer restricted to travel, but it's an award that acknowledges loyalty and service to Blair rather than commitment or excellence in one particular area. This year's recipient is an individual whose longevity of service is outmatched only by his dedication to serving unwaveringly as the true triple threat faculty member: consummate teacher, unflappable coach, and steady contributor to dorm life. His dorm reports are remarkably informative, crisp, and helpful even after 20 years of dorm duty in Freeman Hall. As chairman of the English department, he has steered the successful development of the curriculum and of teaching talent. As a soccer and swimming coach, he has served as a steady and talented teacher and role model of hard work and good sportsmanship. As a veteran member of our faculty, he's a central part of the heart of our very school. He's dedicated to knowing our students, to empowering our faculty, and to kindly caring for our culture. Finally, and on a more personal note, if there's anyone's voice I would pay good money to be the reader of an audiobook, it would assuredly be his. I am very pleased to present the Samuel Tedlow Faculty Enrichment Award to Bob Brandwood. It is a long-standing Blair tradition to recognize those seniors who will be serving our nation by attending one of the country's 5 service academies. At this time, I'm pleased to offer commissions to our 2 seniors who will be dutifully heading off to service academies, and I ask them to join me on stage. The first is John Carlton Phillips, who will be headed to the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy at Kings Point. And the second is Desiree Emily Dantes Taco, who will join the U.S. Naval Academy at Annapolis. On behalf of Blair Academy, we thank you in advance for your service to our country and ask you to join us on stage. So it's now my pleasure to present the Headmaster's Prize. The Headmaster's Prize is awarded to the student in the senior class who has conspicuously displayed loyalty to the school, outstanding leadership, a fine influence in sportsmanship, and Blair's spirit in athletic competition. Our recipient has been described as one of those rare high school students who has the ability to ingest information, process it, and follow through with extraordinary efficiency and effectiveness. In and outside the classroom, she's exceptionally bright and unusually resourceful and has written one of the most impressive overall records that Blair has seen in many years. She's playful and insightful with ideas and finds joy in investigating and exploring those ideas with others, even going so far as to engage in a lengthy email debate with Dr. Sayers about what it would take to levitate city-sized rocks on a mythical planet. Sounds like something they might discuss up at MIT, and it's a good thing we're sending her there. She has also more than pulled her weight in Blair's most successful crew boat in school history, and her coaches have been honored to work with her. Our recipient is someone who constantly elevates the bar for herself and raises the energy and drive of others with determination, kindness, and great humility. It is my distinct pleasure to award the Headmaster's Prize to Annika Rollick. And now Mr. Bagato.
The Blair Academy Trophy is awarded in recognition of the member of the senior class with the highest all-around achievement. Since the beginning of his time at Blair, our recipient has been on the move, fixing things, getting stuff done, highly visible throughout pockets of the community. His visibility was sometimes just a flash of blonde hair as he whizzed by on his bike, but most of the time it was meaningful and impactful. Whenever there were opportunities to serve, locally or globally, he stepped forward. Just a few examples have been his service trips to Ecuador and Kenya, and his stewardship of our popular Triathlon for Kenya event. Over the course of his Blair career, he has won a number of prizes, academic, athletic, and otherwise. He has earned over 100 excellent effort marks from his teachers. Yes, I counted them. He has been a captain of cross-country and crew, served as a prefect, and he boasts an impressive GPA in a demanding set of courses that led to cum laude distinction as a junior. But these achievements have not defined him, nor are these achievements how he would want to be known. He has earned the respect of this faculty for his kindness to others, his empathy, his humility, and his comfort in his own skin. He has never tried to be something he's not for the sake of popularity. He's acted based on his values and spoken up for things that he believes are right, whether it be an environmental cause he's passionate about or the manner in which students treat others in the community. In so doing, Graham has emerged from a quiet, behind-the-scenes doer, leader in his early years to a senior that so many of our underclassmen strive to emulate. In recognition for not only achieving many things we hope our students achieve, but for modeling the qualities we hope all of our students will demonstrate, the faculty is pleased to present this year's Blair Academy Trophy to Graham Elton Merrifield. And now, Mr. Bacon.
The George P. Jenkins Class of 1932 Prize for Outstanding Scholarship is awarded each year by the faculty, and the recipient serves as the class speaker. First, let me take a moment to recognize Heyun's family and to thank them for sharing her with us over these years. Heyun's father is unable to be with us today, but I hope that he's able to share her day live on the internet, knowing that while we can share his pride and happiness today, we cannot hope to equal it. I suppose most winners of the George P. Jenkins Prize sometimes wonder if it's worth it. All other prizes are bestowed by the faculty and come as a surprise. You sit there and ta-da, you win. You walk up, you shake hands, you leave. The recipient of the Jenkins Prize, however, knows often as long as a month in advance that he or she will be the one. And the prize, if you will call it that, can seem to be nothing more than what it really is, more homework. Another big paper, another foray into public speaking, another chance to be judged, graded, marked, and assessed. In brief, to sweat it out one more time while her classmates are limiting whatever few functional cells they have, to simply wondering if she'll trip on the stage or if her heels will sink 7 inches into the soft ground. And the faculty are simply wondering if there'll be enough cookies left at lunch. So let me speak directly to the faculty the words most Jenkins recipients are too kind to say. Thanks a lot. But Hei Yoon, if we know anything about her at all, is not someone to avoid a challenge. And here she is, ready to go. Today's recipient, then, is no secret on any level. You know her for an extraordinarily intelligent, deeply imaginative, and wondrously cheerful person. She is also inclined to a charming goofiness, and her smile carries all before it. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me particular pleasure to present to you the winner of the George P. Jenkins Class of 1932 Prize and the class speaker for the Class of 2014, Hei Yoon Chung.
Greetings to our friends, our families, our teachers, the trustees, and most importantly to the class of 2014. Welcome and thank you so much for taking the time to spend this delightful moment with us this morning. It is my greatest honor to stand here today to talk on behalf of my fellow classmates and to recall our shared memories during this very last moment at Blair. First, I would like to take this moment to say thank you. Thank you to our parents and grandparents for giving us this priceless opportunity to attend Blair, which so far has become a turning point in our lives. Thank you to our teachers for spending days and nights with us, listening to our childish complaints and assuring us with inspiring words of wisdom. Thank you to our trustees and alumni for always providing Blair with remarkable plans for the betterment of our community. Thank you to our maintenance and housekeeping staffs for always working behind the scenes, allowing us to live in a pleasant environment. Lastly, thank you to our fellow students for building such an intimate community. We, the class of 2014, would not have been as successful as we are right now if it were not for your support. And now, class of 2014, this is the time. We all made it, and here we are today. The time we spent at the hilltop was neither always smooth, nor always the way we wanted it to be. Indeed, we lost few of our friends along the journey, and the school itself went through many transitions. These changes might have been new for all of us, but they will mark another significant chapter of our Blair history. Despite the pressure of change, as a big portion of a student body, we remained as a strong community, actively leading the underclassmen, whether we were in the classroom, on the field, or in the dorms. We faced more than the other classes. We witnessed more than the other classes. We succeeded more than the other classes. And we will always be the class that taught Mr. Fortunato what Blair is. Perhaps even more notable, we are the glorious class that simply does not know how to lose. We never had a sad petty day. We always won the cup. Yes, 4 for Fortunato, but also 4 for 14. The undefeated class of 2014 will be remembered as the legendary Buccaneers, the perfect heroes of Petty Day. Keeping these nostalgic memories in our hearts, we now have to look forward to our college lives. But if I dare to deliver one message to my fellow classmates, this is it. When we leave Blair, let's not fear what we have yet to confront. Let's not be afraid of the unknown. Life in the future should not scare us. Some of you might question, who is she who is scared of even the most friendly dogs on campus to tell us not to be afraid? But that's why I wanted to deliver this message and reflect upon the lessons I've learned at Blair. Fear is a common word that intimidates many people and is an obstacle that we need to continuously overcome. The subject of our fear can vary from building a true friendship to losing a beloved one to failing or letting oneself down. Looking back, however, I was already overcoming my fear simply by coming to Blair. Making the decision to attend Blair, moving to America, and leaving my friends and family behind was a big transition to endure. And this fear intimidated me again last winter. The moment when I received my college acceptance letter, I wasn't just happy. It was a mixed feeling. A sigh of relief, tears of happiness, smile of excitement, and a beating heart of anxiety. After talking to several classmates, and I realized that we all share these moments. Our class especially was exhausted during the entire college process, growing a fear of not getting into our top choice colleges, a fear of leaving friends behind, and not thinking about the excitement of our future. But my question is, what drives us to overcome these fears then? What makes us to forget about a fear and move on in our lives? Why are we all so happy now? The answer I found is curiosity. It's all about our desire to open the door to the unknown and challenge ourselves to face the unpredictable future. When Miss Crowner heard that I was nominated as a semi-finalist for the Siemens competition in my sophomore year, she made a visit to my room. During our conversation, she kindly asked what motivated me to do a research on the structure changes of cancer cells. Back then, I couldn't answer right away. But thinking about that question now, however, the answer would have been simple. I wanted to know. I wanted to find out. I wanted to understand how this small change in cancer dominates the entire body. I had no prior knowledge about the precise formation of cancer cells. I had no experience with the computer programs that align DNA sequences. But after these 3 months, I was able to satisfy my initial curiosity, even as my experience led me to develop even more curiosity about research on a bigger scale. And that summer turned out to be the most meaningful experience I've ever had. So we never really know what will happen and how it will end up, but it will turn out to be positive if we pay close attention with a mindful of curiosity and passion. Like myself, the class of 2014 has gone through the same process. As I mentioned earlier, Blair has gone through many transitions, and we have already felt the fear of Blair being changed slightly every year. Despite our worries, we remained strong. While Blair was changing, what didn't change was us. We still maintain the Blair spirit. We are Blair. We have already built the curiosity to meet new people, to open up to faculty members, and to make active choices to face our fears instead of running away from them. Blair has been a 4-year adventure, but we have challenged ourselves here, and now have finally made it through. Look at each other now and see how much we have grown up in the past few years. Our Blair careers have shaped us into brave and insightful individuals. So let's not forget what Blair life has taught us. Some of our future adventures may be completely new to us, but let's not let fear hold us back. Take a moment to pause and learn like the way we did at Blair. That any challenge will become another stepping stone to guide us to further success. Look around. I see how much the parents are proud of us simply from the way they look at us. I see how much the teachers are impressed with us simply from their smiles. Or maybe they're happy to see us sleep. So class of 2014, continue to strive as you did at Blair. Let's be bold and tackle the future with our wisdom and intelligence. As I said before, when we leave Blair, let's not fear what we have yet to confront. Let's take our Blair strength with us and look to the future with confidence and curiosity. Of course, what courses we'll take in college, whom we'll meet, and our new beginnings are definitely important. But summer comes before we head to college, and we are at our own graduation. So make sure not to miss signing your friends' yearbooks, and let's make our goodbyes unforgettable today. Yes, let's spend the summer with our families and friends to truly see ourselves in a bigger world. But remember, don't be sad, don't be afraid, but embrace the future with avid curiosity, burning passion, and our Blair strength. To our one and only class of 2014, congratulations, and I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Hayun, for your beautiful remarks. At this time, I will join you to confer diplomas.
No. Tae Wee An. John Ariola. Oh, here we go.
Excuse me.
Make sure you get your pose after. James Atkins Jr. Natalie Margaret Bacon. Esther Bay. Jordan Michael Barbarata. Lucas Pierre Henricks Barbie. Pakapar Boomawat. James Aloysius Buzan Jr. Kevin Sean Breslin. Justin Bradley Brooks. Natalie Michelle Bunting. Paige Michelle Bykowski. Eileen Cheung. Claudia Yojin Choi. Sue Young Choi. Haeyun Chung. Christopher James Ciesco. Matthew Francis Patrick Collins. Rachel Elizabeth Cooley.
Excuse me.
Rebecca Ann Cooley. William J. Cooley. Patrick Samuel Jordan Coover. Paige Elizabeth Cordero. Demetrius Jean Daltrous. Desiree Emily Dantes Teco. Annabelle Webb Darling. Shannon Samuel Everardo Davis. Anna Sophia Diolazara. Ryerson Walker Dempsey. Nicholas Tyler DiNapoli. Derek E. Damani. Sadie Ann Edwards. Duncan Stewart Ellsworth IV. Richard Dean Erlinson. Samuel Harry Esposito. Margaret Grace Fahey.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. It's okay.
Anne Morrow Finney. Evan John Forsell. Daniel Benjamin Geller. Samuel Lowy Giddens. Matthew John Gillette. Lindsay Catherine Green. Quashay Tyree Murphy Hendricks. Lauren Nicole Hitchner. Martinique C.B. Ho. Zachary Spencer Hoffman. Joshua X. Hui. Alyssa Imam. Kyle J. Jackson. William Allison James IV. Jasneel Singh Kalam. Hannah Marie Klein. Azid Larizi. Elizabeth Mary Lawless. Gun E. Lee. Jiwan Lee. Brian Mitchell Levinson. Jeffrey Lee. Matthew Brian Little. Si Hoon Lim. You wrong, Lim. Cheryl Jr. Lima.
They got a picture. They already.
Andrew Noah Lippin.
Excuse me.
Matthew. Samuel Bowen Loring. John Vincent Lewis. Sean Gregory Lebreski. Griffin Halsey Marcus. Bettina Louise Mariano. David Thomas Mascarenas. John Aiden McAleer. Joseph Christopher McKenna. Elizabeth Sarah McNeil.
How do you get any?
Graham Elton Merrifield. Lindsay Marie Metz. Christopher Clement Mezzanotti. Dylan Alexander Malonis. Sarah Cole Moran. Cheryl Ann Mucciolo. Carly Leah Newfield. Brennan Ball O'Connor. Zachary Hugh O'Connor. Hyun Sun Park. Juan Park. Devin Audrey Peelman. Arjan Natarajan Paravemba. John Carlton Phillips. Kevin Joseph Pierce. Christopher Francis Powers. Giovanni Presutti. Emma Ruth Price. Edward William Riker. Alexander Robert Rinaldi. Anthony Joseph Rizzo. Annika Elizabeth Rollick. Alexander D. Romano. Kathleen Marie Ryan. Jessica Nicole Sabin. Liam Kyle Sabino. Tyler James Saylor. Casey Ruth Severite. Kevin Christopher Seymour. Marielle McCour Shayok. Michael Schifford. Michael Paul Silverthorne. Carlin Sunby Smith. Julia Maria Stadlinger. Sop Savan Stark. Emily Austin Steer. Ryan Lee Stiefel. Allison Champagne Stone. Sasha Rose Tatham. Grace Madison Tenney. Abigail Hannah Troy. Megan Kelly Sy. Sally M. Wiener. Chase Gardner Whipple. Christopher Graham Wilson. Gordon Wong. Marta Meles Zanawi.
Sorry.
So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2014. Please be seated. So class of 2014, on our very first day of classes in this our 166th year, as you began your senior year, I stood before you and asked you, and in fact the entire school, to ponder some questions like, what do you stand for? What kind of leader do you want to be? And I talked a lot about the importance of stories, telling great stories and telling your narrative. And I told you a bit about my journey to Blair. And at the end of that speech, a student who shall remain nameless approached me and said, I'm inspired by what you said. I've been thinking about those same things. In fact, he was excited about the future, his future, the school's future. And there was this earnest, genuine, excited look on his face. It was the kind of look that every new head of school, at least this one, really wants to see and secretly yearns to see. It was one of those moments when that internal voice inside me said, "You've arrived." And stifling a smile a bit on my face, I said, "Thank you so much for the feedback. It really means a lot to me." And he looked right at me and he said, "Anytime. Great speech, Mr. Hardwick." He turned and walked down the path away from Armstrong, and halfway down the path stopped and sort of raised his head, started to turn around, didn't, walked away quickly, and we have never spoken of that exchange again. I share this story because it's a reminder to me that our relationship, the class of 2014 and your new head of school, it's been about one of transition. We've walked a common path together of change this year, I beginning my journey and all of you bringing your Blair student experience to a successful and meaningful close. Before I say anything else, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for teaching me about Blair, about its traditions and cultures, and for letting me to begin to get to know you, for making fun of me during the pep rally, for gratefully keeping the Petty Day winning streak going in my first year, for being willing to explore things like leadership stories, no matter how you defined leadership or thought that leadership was or wasn't something that could be taught. I want to thank you for welcoming my family to Blair. Sally, at my installation, you spoke so beautifully about how it was your job and the job of your peers to show me what Blair truly is as the culture carriers of our school. I thank you for a job well done. As you stand at this moment of endings and beginnings of life transitions, I feel compelled to talk about change. You have no doubt heard the overused expression, "the only constant is change." There's of course some truth to that. However, let me first note that you are prepared to navigate those changes. Not just because you are adept with technology or you have all different kinds of content knowledge in your heads, but because in part of your experience at Blair. You've grown in your ability to build relationships, to read people, to connect and to communicate effectively, and to pursue your passions. But I've also discovered and wish to share with you another observation, if not a piece of advice. The greater the frequency and speed of change around us, the more important it becomes to recognize and to hold on to those things that will remain steady, true, and constant. I briefly share 3 of those truths with you today. The first being this: your values and principles define who you are. They impact every decision you're going to make. You will filter every challenge and opportunity and relationship and conversation through those values. So why did I ask you to begin to discover what you stand for? So you can know yourself better. So by doing so, you can help us know you better. So you can be true to yourself. And by doing so, be more likely to fulfill your potential, achieve fulfillment, and be truly connected to others. Don't steer away from this exploration of your values, of who you are, even if others judge you. Even if it at times frightens you, even if at some point you change your mind. And you will change your minds a lot as you go through the coming years about who you are and what you're about. Some people might fault you and say you're being inconsistent or impermanent. I will applaud you for your growth, for your evolution. You will find what will likely become your ethical rudder at some point, your true north as life goes on. And along the way, listen to your heart, listen to your head about what you stand for, and live a life consistent with those values, even when others disagree, even when others don't understand, and even when sometimes others don't care. Another truth that will not change: you will always have a home here. And no, I don't mean that you'll be returning regularly from college so that Mr. Mosley can iron your shirts, or your housemaster can help you do laundry, or that you will suddenly rejoin your sport to take us to a next Petty Day victory. Although I have no doubt that a dinner with Miss Conforti, or Mrs. Staval, or a great post-skeptics conversation with Dr. Miller, or your favorite faculty member will certainly be on the horizon for many years to come. And that you can be right there cheering alongside the next generation of Blair students from the class of 2015 or the class of 2050. Your connection to Blair, to all of us, is a lifelong one, so I'm not as saddened as I could be by just beginning to get to know you as you depart your student experience here. I discovered in my first year this indelible imprinting that seems to happen at Blair that creates a special bond with this school. It's unique and it's wonderful, and I've several times this year have said that despite any moments of disagreement or discord, we're in this together, and we're here for you, and that goes beyond graduation day. Because of our experience together, you are a part of us, and we are a part of you. I was going to add whether you like it or not, but I believe the like will vastly outweigh the not in the future. Truth number 3, and there are certainly more, but I'm a firm believer that lists larger than 3 make it very difficult for us to remember them. Some will tell you about the proverbial golden ticket in life, that the college you go to, a certain internship or a job, a specific promotion, or even Blair itself is the golden ticket to your life's success. That is patently false. You, my friends, are students. You're the golden ticket. The people you are and will become, and the relationships that you form and that we will challenge and celebrate to become your best self. You as individuals and collectively, you are the golden tickets. Keep that important truth safe in the wake of life's disappointments and rejections, which will themselves someday become opportunities. So I said 3 truths. I'm actually going to go ahead and violate that and give you a 4th. But perhaps it's a culmination of all those 3, or maybe I'm just exercising headmaster's privilege to change the rules, even the ones I've established. The truth is this, it's going to sound cliched, but I'm going to profess it nonetheless. Your life is about love. Don't forget that. It's about love. It's about your love of learning, love of living, love of family and friends. It's ultimately the reason that most of us do what we do. Strive to be successful, to make a difference, and do things that are important. It's the reason we push ourselves beyond our limits, take risks, and dare to share our stories. Because we want to be and want to offer love. And you are indeed loved by the people here today, your parents, your friends, and very much your faculty. Carry that with you in times of joy and hardship, and share it. That's the real secret. And share your love, and share this with the world, all the things that you love. I'd like to ask all of our guests to once again stand for a moment. Class of 2014, with all that you will choose to stand for love of yourself, of one another, of your passions, of others in life, in college, and well beyond. But for now, on this day of celebration, we honor your achievements, and we stand for you. Congratulations. Before we close, in keeping with the long-standing tradition at Blair Academy, I would like to present the class of 1964 flag to class of 2014 flag to William Brimmer Kramer, who is member of the class of 1964, who will proudly hand it off to graduating senior John Vincent Lewis, symbolizing the bond between these 2 important classes. And before you go forward, we will end with Reverend Crowner's benediction.
Well, we've been blessing you all week, but sincerely, my prayer is that God would bless each and every one of you healthy and fulfilling life. And while we cannot know how long our lives will be or how healthy we will be, there are some things that you have control over that can make it a fulfilling life. So I'm going to send you forth not so much with a blessing as with a charge. To paraphrase the words of the Apostle Paul, go forth into the world in peace. Be of good courage. Hold on to what is good. Repay no one evil for evil. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Help those who are suffering. Honor all people. Love and serve the Lord, rejoicing in the power of God's Spirit. Amen.